Hello, welcome to Mass Games. I'm here with Quentin and Jeremy from Crazy Farmers. Hello, ça va, Quentin?
Hello, so I'm Quentin. We are the two co-author of Crazy Farmers on the Clôtures Électriques and the electric fences.
Fantastic.
And here is Jeremy.
Jeremy, over to you. So,
Yes,
bonjour.
it's the direction.
We got lovely hats on. We got CV2 with your little tractor car, Citroen. There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. So both Quentin and Jeremy contacted me via Board Game Arena because I had played their game on Board Game Arena, which is an area control game whereby you're trying to go around fields, basically is one way of putting it, and ultimately control the most to win. That is a very high-level overview of the game, but I'm happy to you guys to just tell me a little bit more about the game. Ultimately, I've played similar games like Takuti and other games like Tron, you might even say, whereby area control is very important. As much as I enjoyed the game, and I did enjoy the game, I think they were very keen to understand why I gave the rating I did. Was there anything I could improve about it? Of course, these are first-time designers. They've designed more than I have. That's been published. And ultimately, they're keen to have a conversation about that game over the next 10 minutes. We will have another video, which will actually be basically a wrap-up and maybe even a playthrough as well, so you guys can see it. And I'll include a link through to Crazy Farmers on Board Game Arena. So over to you guys.
Cool.
So yes, we will start to play on Board Game Arena, but before that, I want to show the box. This is the real box for the thing, and in the game we have the small tractors like that. I'll show you. I've been made a very good filler with a 3D printer, and you can see the small tractors like that. And these are the electric fences like that. Okay. And a lot of other things up, like the small barns. In the Kickstarter edition, we had wooden barns like that, which are really cool. So, yeah, this is so that you can imagine how the game is when you're around the table.
Cool.
And I forgot the small. This is the haystack.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, I've only played it digitally. There are some games I've played in real life, and some games I haven't digitally because I haven't had a chance to play everything in real life. Some games I played first on Board Game Arena, such as Mamalath, which is an abstract strategy game, and the publisher Nestor Games has since sent me a few games, and it's great to actually see how different they play in real life. Some games I've played in real life that are very good digitally because it saves time with counting out and moving, and some games which haven't come to reality yet. So I haven't had a chance to experience and play, see where I want to move, watch my opponents and see where they want to go with things. It's fantastic to know. I didn't realise it was on Kickstarter. Sounds like you've done very well. And some games are great to actually, play with pieces. Many games I do prefer to play in real life. So it's great for me to be able to experience this online play. Tell me more about where you can buy the game from, and is it available to the general public?
Yes, you can order it online on a French platform which is called the Philibert.net.
Oh yeah, I know Philibert.
Yeah, so it's available there, so you can get a copy. And we did a Kickstarter last June, and we sent the boxes to players in November. So the game is officially out, but we had no occasion to actually organize real life events to let people play with the final version. So I developed the Board Game Arena version to let people try the game. And so there is not everything that is in the final box because we added things during the Kickstarter. But you have everything you have on Board Game Arena in the game. just a few more cards and things like that can add some chaos to the game if you want a more chaotic game, something more like that. Yes.
Cool, fantastic. I understand it's very good or best as a 2. I have played as a 2, but I understand it's probably based on Kingmaker abilities. Is this easier to navigate and introduce people to as a 2-player game?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. The 2-player game is more strategic.
Definitely.
Because yes, there is not no Kingmaker, and then every move is important, and I think it fits best for board game arena where you meet people and you don't have the mood around the table, so you're more in something like a strategic mood, like you look at your move and all that. But when you play using 3 or 4 players, but with something like Discord with friends, it remains really fun on the board game arena. But it's true that it's more enjoyable around a table with a good drink.
Sidra,
Yeah.
Kon een boss met zo'n cat.
Yeah, for the 3 and 4 players is probably better this way for short games, and nobody cares who wins, and just do everything you can to just throw it on other players. So yeah. Something like that.
We can say that it's a game with 2 faces, and it was a surprise for us because we have worked on a game that was we wanted to do a strategic game for the beginning. So we are happy that the 2-player version is very strategic and works well as a strategic game. But the good surprise was that it was playable for 3 or 4, maybe even more. But we just limited to 3 and 4 player, but with a very different kind of playing style. And I see a lot of people that don't like strategy, and that who like the 3 and 4 player version of the game, because it's more chaotic, it's more fun, it's more okay. I trust you, but at the next turn you will do that. But okay, I betray you, and things like that. So it's very often very funny this way. But we are really proud of the strategic version, the 2-player strategic version, which I think you need maybe 10 or more games with 2 players to really feel the equilibrium that we put in the bonus cards that are the only chance that is in the game, and we really worked on the equilibrium of those cards so that the chance is not too high, and that the strategic is really important. For example, you win the game if you have the bigger field, but during the game it's not the biggest field that is mandatory winning. It's after a few when you have some experience in the game, you know that the one which is in the best position is the one that has the more card, and not the bigger field.
Yes,
it's subtle. It's subtle.
Yeah, you have to remain careful to the shape of your field, and not play your cards too fast. See how the hay balls are blocking part of the field where you can expand or not, and all that. So yeah, you have to keep a lot of things into account in a 2-player game against another experienced player. Yes.
Wow.
And you have to know how to use bonuses. For instance, the hay bales are usually most used at the beginning to try to block other players from taking some fields. But actually, for you, the best place to put the hay bales are inside your own field, so that the other player cannot cross and take it back. So you have to place them strategically to structure your field so that it cannot be taken. And this is important, yes.
Cool. And would you say there's a first player advantage, or do you think, because in multiple players, you can't really tell which person to go over because there's so many options which way you go and which way they could go. And if they're going next in the turn order, do they go for you or do they go for the next person? So
exactly.
You've managed to
for two players, the thing is that first player can choose and the second player can react. So yeah, we made a lot of tests with very opinionated openings to see if players try to always go straight to the other players, or if each player is going in his direction and all that. And we found no definitive advantage for either. So yeah, each time one move can rebalance, especially because what you can do, for instance, is go back on your own fence to reduce it.
Mm-hmm.
And it enables you to make like you lose a turn, but then you are a bit further, but the other one will have to move, and then you can attack the other player using that. So yes, there is definitely no advantage to first player, and even after the first turn, it would have disappeared totally. Yes. So yeah.
Cool. And what about your inspiration behind the game?
We were trying to make video games. It was I think something like 17 years ago, and based on this idea of a shape, and then you draw a line and close it, and it was inspired by Quicks, you know.
Yeah, the dice game.
And a bit Tron also. And after that, we try to if you make a game like that, but with a flat field, the players will try to avoid confrontation. So this is where we started to place tension points, which are the bounds that push you to go to everybody to go to the same place, and so you have tension points. And after that, yes, it starts to fight. And at some point, the inspiration of the farmers came, and at that moment, from that moment we started to push the theme as far as we could, just not layer a theme on an abstract game, but we try to find a lot of inspiration inside the theme to reintroduce new options or new thing in the game. So yes, it has been a multi-year process.
Fantastic. And do you have well, firstly about the artwork? It has a classic feel to it in a good way. I wondered if how you just decided and found an artist and things like this for the game.
Yeah, we wanted to have something. At some point, we started to really want something at the same time with badass farmers that take themselves very seriously and in a way really funny. And we were thinking about customize the tractors and things like that. And our editors found Shah, which is a French comics author. And she's very, very good at drawing tractors and animals. And she's living by the countryside, and she's doing an awesome work. So yeah, she was really inspired You can see all around the board all the details. It's really amazing.
Cool. And did you?
I have a little goodies for you because I have here the first design of the game.
Wow.
It was our author prototype,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
which was really different. And I can show you a few of the cards that Jérémie designed, which were really good but simple.
Cool.
Like
Oh yeah.
things like that and the dynamite. And yeah, so that's that's history now because the design has completely changed. But
so
okay.
yeah, I started the graphics just to have the working prototype and to have something fun to test with people. But yeah, we were really happy with the drawings made by the design made by Shah, because it really went in the good direction.
Cool. And
really crazy.
Do you think either with Shah or for future games? I mean, obviously this game came out 2020.
Yeah.
Did you plan to go via a publisher like Yellow, obviously the French massive company, or did you always want to have it yourself as a Kickstarter? And for your next game, would you do Kickstarter again?
Actually, we worked with an editor, which is called the Freaky 42, the Freaky 42. And we still did. This is a small editor, so we still did a Kickstarter, especially to create a deluxe edition with more wooden pieces in the game. Everything is produced in France from recycled materials, so this is very hard to sell in with that much wood and all that.
Yeah.
It's very long to amortize the cost of this quality of production. So the Kickstarter helps to give the best production and then be faster back in your budget. Yes.
French wood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
This
recycled wood is expensive, and yes.
This is La Rochelle.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
21 years old. This mug. No, old.
Oh.
21 years old.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I should be in France again later this year, or maybe next year when I drive to Essen. So you're aware of Essen? Oh. Have you been before?
Not to Essen yet, because we mostly went to Cannes for the International Game Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And it was easier for us to find the French editors. And then after that, we wanted to go to Essen maybe this year, but it was cancelled. So yeah, we could not.
I'll say, je suis désolé. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, formidable. Cool. Hopefully, like I said, we can arrange an online game. Of course, if people are interested in a live demonstration, obviously I could show it around the UK. That's another option for your second edition or the deluxe edition again. It's great to know you have cards in the game as well, because a pure abstract game with many plays, like with chess, even some of my favorite games, even Small World, people realize things like the rats are very strong, for example, and they'll just constantly keep using them. So I'm sure by having those cards adds a little bit of randomness to it, which ensures people don't have a perfect opening move. So that's why you can play with new people and not worry that they're always going to lose or you have to play badly.
So, exactly. Yes. The cards are in part of this. And the other thing you can do is that we didn't implement it in Board Game Arena yet, but in the physical game, you can choose the location of the barns at the beginning of the game. So you can change the layout which change the dynamic of the party, and even what you can do with if you have an experienced player playing against kids, for instance, you can put more barns on their side so that they have more bonuses, and you will have to try to win even if you have less barns. So yes, you can make the game more dangerous for one player than for the others.
Cool.
For instance. Yes.
Sounds good. And yeah, it sounds like if you are always winning, then you have a disadvantage for winning. You've got to do this.
Yeah.
An evolving game, basically.
Yeah.
And would your next game, if you are planning another one, would it be farmers again, or would it be area control, or what's your plan?
We have some idea currently, at least two. One we've been working on one for the last 2 years, but it's not making very good progress because we have a good pitch, but not the mechanic yet. And Quentin has found a cool theme, and we start to work on another mechanic for another game. Yes.
Yeah. So, I see. We can tell the main theme of those two ideas.
Yes.
One, the time travel.
Oh wow!
Yes.
We are two. The two of us are engineers, and we meet in this engineer school, and so time travel and time paradoxes are really things that amuse us.
So
And
this has time travel, sort of. Thebes, if you know Thebes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. We'll try.
You basically use time as a resource to go backwards.
Yeah.
Forwards. This is the small edition, but I do have the big one as well. But I bought this because I liked it. And I wanted to try this.
We'll try it.
But we
okay. And so we will try to have we want to make to put a time paradox in our game.
Wow.
We want it's really hard. We don't know how to do it, but we want that you have to create a time paradox to win the game.
Wow.
To go to the end of the game. Well, that's one idea, but as Jeremy said, there is no real mechanic yet that we have.
Ideas, but nothing settled yet. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the second one is an idea about really it's a more classic. It's about pirates.
Pirates, good old pirates. Where are the pirate games out here? Lots of them around here. Downstairs, different room of games. So yeah.
You maybe have a whole room of pirate games in your house now.
We do have some. I'm just trying to find where the pirate games are. They're not in this room. They're downstairs. Sorry. Yeah. No pirates in this room currently. Anyway. So I'm going to wrap up the call now. We'll keep on chatting for a moment. But I'm just going to say bye for everybody, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay? Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Companies.